huge way to start their game. And we kind of seen this one already. The huge fight, the relic shield being used. Chubb's really thinking outside of the box to try to save the day. And it works! It works, Levin. Can you believe the magic we've seen today?
I can't believe it, Jacob. Look, there's no situation where I expect to see the shield being used effectively. And so I'm glad we got to see it. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I've seen so many things today that you don't see every day, and it's all happening right before our very eyes with Mega and Justice. And another off-spawn battle. Trying to boost themselves up the leaderboard, trying to gather those series points. Even though for some, first place is out of reach. It's about getting that auto qualification into the grand finals. As Justice goes down, Mega's now on the run. And Eoxy and Swirl, they have that high ground. They're able to gather that information. You see Quad, you see Jock, they're nearby as well. It's going to be hard for Mega to try to get his teammate back into this one. So it almost leaves the question, do you go on as a solo or do you just bide your time with the amount that's actually left on the reboot? This is how they were able to find it. Instantly getting that piece control. Mega was already by himself. He was farming up. Probably didn't hear them down there. And what a surprise attack indeed. Was down early. In fact, we've seen it last week alone as Shadow firing off a huge shot. Danger Hero now playing a role. Slurp Juice going to be popped. And that's going to keep himself going, especially combine that with the Slap Juice. Getting himself back up to 200. He just needs the time to stabilize here. And in a 2v1 situation, he definitely has all the time in the world. Hazy just building height, trying to defend himself. Sphinx on the other angle. 2 is always better than 1. Edit's going to go through. The higher they go, the mightier they will fall. He quickly tries to get out with the Shockwave Hammer, but the shot's now firing off. He doesn't even make it back to the ground, but he made it back to the lobby, that's for sure. Yeah, I like that, though. They realize it's the last game. You can't just hope for your opponent to have a bad one as Peterbot getting that quick piece control. A huge tag on his side, but quickly maneuvers in and out of these covers to take down Ego. I said it almost looked like he had very little help from Bugha in that last one-on-one. They already got those 2 eliminations from off spawn, but since it was directly off spawn, they only got about like 200 when it comes to total surge damage, so it's not a comfortable feeling. As Yamzone rise, they have a little bit of height, firing down from above, taking some shots as they continue to trade off, but that's not going to be enough as Mikey and Smack go down. The angles from 2 different duos, it's just too much pressure to outlast. This is the most center zone that we're going to get in Fortnite. And so for a lot of these teams, whether you're landing on the outskirts or right in the middle, you have that perfect opportunity for your game plan as Jackson and D-Roller trying to chop them down layer by layer, take control of these pieces. Huge opportunity for any of these teams in the distance, though, to try to land his tags as he drops him down low. Jackson almost goes down. D-Roller's there to save the day. And that's a huge save because it looked like Nut was going to go crazy. Zenpen and Viola flying through the sky. They got those eliminations and got right on out. How do they get eliminations, you ask? Well, Narwhal was simply trying to get away. And when you're flying through the sky with a Shockwave Hammer like that, it's exactly what happens. Even though it was kind of a tag team effort for that full duo to go down, you still get the points.
Oh. This is not great at all. Faulty Splits has not been as easy sailing for Canada in ages as it was last week. And understandably, right, it's one of the best POIs in the game. There's so much loot, just an incredible abundance of loot. It just attracts so many of these names and so many of these teams and players. Now it's been very, very tough to deal with. Is that Bugha?
I was just about to say, they're all over the map. This is Bugha and Peterbot's world. We're just living in it at this point.
How are they here? What are they doing? They're just running about.
They're taking notes of how they perform throughout the qualifiers, and they're trying to mimic it. And we saw Kanata as a solo, and we see exactly how that one came to fruition. Ager's trying to farm up, thinking he's by himself, gets spotted out of position. I trust you at this point.
I hope so.
You can go ahead and guide me anywhere. I'll blindly follow as Kanata's trying to make something happen by himself. 95 above the damage threshold. It's a comfortable position for him for now, but he knows Ducky's a solo. You got to go ahead and take advantage of the opportunities while you can. Shots coming in, pressure from all angles. Kanata goes down to Swirl. Saving Ducky, though, but at the same time, that's still not the best position you want to have happen because you're 45 below the damage threshold.
Rack up some placement points.
Onyx and Nick. Down below Storm Surge. Shield's gonna get cracked. Danger Hero now trying to save the day. He doesn't have any resources, no heals, and no chance as he's sent back to the lobby. Continue to look around. Pledge is gonna go ahead and lead that charge, find themselves a little base. And there goes Vert. That's Vert going down. And he didn't get just knocked. He went down and back to the lobby. Their run is over. Their chances at first are out the window. And they can only fall down the leaderboard, Levin.
Yeah.
One of the next best teams to be able to get that opportunity. Chonier and Polo just trying to inch themselves into the zone. They haven't found that sweet spot just yet, but trying to get into the box. Serves is able to get knocked onto one, but then becomes the focus of the lobby. He gets taken down. And at the end of that one, both of the players are stuck as solos. You already spotted out the many downfalls of the Shockwave Hammer if you get caught that backside of zone. 28 points. That's going to be the difference between first and second place. Cold and Acorn, they're still trying to move into that top 3. No Shockwave Hammer to their name. It's going to be difficult.
And that's a big mountain to climb. Clarity and Casca, as long as they just stay alive for as long as possible, it probably will be a mountain too tough to climb. And I say stay alive, they are looking pretty nice in this game, and so who knows? Don't rule out an opportunity for a win. Pledge though, he's fighting and he's fighting hard. Rokin gets knocked and Joji will follow. That's gonna be 2 for Pledge, and that's the 11th from the game for this duo. 7 for him, not too shabby. We're gonna see Hype being chopped. That's been a theme of today's games over and over again. Hype changes hands. But for Skizzy and Cyrus, they'll be hoping they can hold out for the rest of this game. Pledge though, he's still on the move, still on the hunt. We already saw him pick up 2. Cold and Acorn down in the dirt. It is not looking good at all. Very low on HP.
But the lack of Shockwave Hammer makes their journey that much harder. As they're still trying to find themselves into the top 3. A much better performance than they did in that last week. But Cold out of builds, out of time, out of teammates as well, as Acorn gets found out by Polarize. This is the second I was talking about, but not going to be able to use it. Still trying to find that refresh. Hot on the heels. He comes out on top. A huge find for him. He gets the siphon and gets the resources.
Hugo and Peterbot though, look where they are in this lobby. Up above the rest of everyone. In the skies, they sit ready, looking for the back-to-back victory royales. And it's certainly not impossible. Since we watched Pledge, he's still been a bit quiet. Cold though, still moving through this one. Just the 1 build, but all he needs is that shotgun in his hand. Gets chopped down, hits a big shot, but it doesn't materialize. The Yomzo and Rise, they're still moving in this game. Still though, such low HP. We saw them on low ground way earlier before, and they couldn't really make anything of it. Carrie and Casca, they're still kicking in the backside of the zone. Peterbot and Booga getting chopped above. A lot of the big dogs still in this one, but nobody looking stronger than another. Booga, Peterbot, look at them. They were on height, sitting pretty, and now they're clutching for straws.
Danger here once again playing a huge role. TK and Pledge, they go up. Shockwave Hammers being put to full use. The pressure is there. Peterbot not going down without a challenge, but he might have to concede this one for now. But he's hot on the heels of his opponent, battling back and forth between him and Pledge. Up goes TK yet again. The damage has been done. Peterbot will not be stopped. Back to back, he makes miracles happen with 2 straight eliminations, keeping him and Booga afloat.
Peterbot is a different gravy. He cannot be stopped. It doesn't matter who it is. Chaos has shown us what kind of player he is as he takes down first place. Casca falls to the wayside. And now a chance for Chaos to shine once again in these lobbies. All alone here. A duo on his layer. Trashy, Pump, another one of the teams that has been so impressive throughout today. Some of our best performers, some of our best players in this lobby, all battling it out now. Booga's falling off. And so it's time for Peterbot to really showcase what he can do here. The hammer play to stop him from taking full damage as he drops down here. 1 or 2 builds left, and a big shot from Chaos! How does he keep doing it? All throughout today's games, showcasing the skill, the talent, the levels of complete and utter dominance. But will he be able to stop Trashy and Pump here in a 2v1? He might just do it! He's up against Pump, but no! Pump will do it. He will pick up Chaos.
Great amount of eliminations for them. But where do they stand on the leaderboard? That's the biggest question, where anybody really stands at this point. Taking down Chimp, taking down Danny, line them up, knock them down like they're playing a game of bowling.
Please tell me we get to see that chaos shot again onto Peterbot, because that was utterly insane. That was one of the best shots we've seen all day long. How many times has he provided us with those kind of moments? Pump, though, does close it out for a moment. For a moment, we thought we could do it. Trashy with 2 thumbs up. You love to see it. They've done a brilliant